What is up, everybody? It is Bucketmouth Bass back here again today, and I'm sure y'all already saw the title today. Today we are going to be comparing the Bass Tracker Classic against the Bass Tracker 175 here today. And I'm going to start off with the similarities here today for y'all. Then I'm going to move over to the big differences between the Classic and the 175 here today. Then at the end, I will give y'all my final thoughts and impressions and which one I think y'all should buy if you're looking to buy either of these two boats. But if y'all have not subscribed, go down and hit that subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss anything in the future here on this channel. But let's go ahead and cue the epic music and the intro. Alright, so as I said in the beginning of the video, I'm going to start off with the similarities between these two boats. Then I'm going to move over to the differences. So number one here today, on both boats you are getting a Mercury 4-stroke motor, so that's a really solid motor in my opinion. So it doesn't matter which boat you get here today, you are going to get that Mercury 4-stroke engine. Then on both boats, right off the bat, you do get a fish finder. Both of these boats come with a Lowrance fish finder. The Bass Tracker 175 that we actually have does come with a little bit better Lowrance fish finder, but on both boats you are still getting that fish finder. And then talking about the trolling motors, both boats come stock with a 45-pound trolling motor. So in my opinion, for the Bass Tracker Classic, that is a perfect trolling motor for that boat. But for the 175 here today, I think you should get at least a 55-pound. If you guys missed the video where I talk about the 10 worst things about Bass Tracker boats, I'll leave a link up top right now. But on both of these boats, you can only get that 45-pound trolling motor. You cannot upgrade or downgrade if you wanted to. They both come stock with that 45-pound trolling motor, and it is a brand name trolling motor, which I really like. You're getting that Minn Kota trolling motor. So a great feature that both of these boats come with is the hulls are both completely welded, so you're not getting any rivets in the bottom of your boat, so you're gonna get less water into the bottom of the boat, if that makes any sense. I really like the all welded hulls, very sturdy and very reliable. And obviously, if you're looking to buy either of these boats here today, both of them are going to come with a trailer, so that's a nice feature to have. You don't have to worry about buying a trailer separately or anything like that. It includes the boat and the trailer. And both of these boats come with two batteries right off the back, one for the trolling motor and one to actually run the boat. And they do come with an extra spot to put an extra battery for the trolling motor. On our boat here today, we do have two trolling motor batteries. I highly recommend you guys do that. And it doesn't matter which one you pick up here today, you can always add that second battery, but it does not come with it right off the bat. You only start off with one trolling motor battery, but that is the same on both the Classic and the 175. And a nice feature about both of these boats is they don't cut corners. You're getting a live well if you get the Classic or the 175. So if you tournament fish, that is a big feature to have. You're not going to have to worry about adding that feature later on because both of these boats already come stock with the live well. Alright, now moving on to another feature that both of these boats come with. The paint job on both of these boats are powder coated, so it's a very solid paint job. It does chip a little bit too much in my opinion, but it does look nice in my opinion as well. Another feature I really like about Tracker boats, this is universal to all the Tracker boats. You are getting a warranty no matter what Tracker bass boat you buy. So on the 175 and the Classic, you are getting a warranty. So if you buy it and something goes wrong, you can take it back and they will fix it for you. So that's a big plus. Then another thing I really love about both of these boats. As y'all can see, I'm filming this video in my garage here today, so obviously this boat does fit in a standard size garage, so that's really a big reason why we decided to pick this one up, is because we don't have to pay extra money for boat storage. So if you get this boat here today or the Classic, both of them will fit in a compact space or even in your garage if you don't want to spend that extra money on boat storage. Alright, so that does it for the similarities here today. Now I'm going to move on and talk about the differences between the 175 and the Classic here today. So number one of the biggest differences between when you're going to buy one of these boats, on the Classic you can only get a 40 to 50 horsepower main motor in the back. But if you go ahead and upgrade to the 175 here today, you can get starting from a 60 all the way up to the 75 horsepower, which is what we have here today. We have the Bass Tracker 175 with that 75 horsepower, so you are going to get more speed if you decide to upgrade to this boat. Now talking about the fuel that both of these boats can hold, there is a huge discrepancy here today, and if you're looking to buy the boat, you may not know it because it is hidden under the boat. The Bass Tracker Classic can only hold 6 gallons of fuel, but the 175 can hold 21.5 gallons of fuel, so that is a big difference. This boat can hold more than twice the amount of fuel that the Classic can hold. So if you're tournament fishing or you're fishing a very big lake, I highly recommend that you do not get the Bass Tracker Classic because it does not hold a lot of gas at all. And if you're going to be out all day and moving around a lot, or even fishing a tournament, you're not going to want to be out there running out of gas or something crazy like that, or having to even leave the lake to get more gas because you can't go to a new spot unless you have that extra gas. So with this boat, you will not have that problem because it has a much larger gas tank. Now the length of both of these boats, the Classic is 16 feet and 8 inches long, and the 175 is 17 feet 7 inches long. So the 175 is almost an entire foot longer than the Classic, and if you think about that, it's not a lot, it's about that much longer than the Classic, but when you're actually fishing, it does give you a lot more room. And because this boat is longer, it does make it slightly wider. It's about half a foot wider than the Bass Tracker Classic. It doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're out on the lake for a long time, or you even want to bring 3 people to the lake on your boat, you do have a lot more space to fish and put rods and move around and just general things like that. Another big discrepancy between both of these boats is the top speed that you can reach. So if you decide to pick up the Bass Tracker Classic with the 50 horsepower motor, you can get to about 30. Most people struggle to get to 30, and we used to have a lot smaller boat as well, almost the exact same boat as the Bass Tracker Classic. It was just a lot older, but we really struggled to get to 30 in that boat, and that was if it was just me in the boat and with very light tackle. So if you put 2 people and a lot of tackle and a lot of rods, you are not even going to be able to get to 30 miles an hour. But if you get the Bass Tracker 175 with a 75 horsepower like we have, you can get to about 40 miles an hour with very light tackle and maybe only 1 person. But with my father and I on the boat at the same time, and all of our tackle and rod and reel combos and stuff like that, we cannot even get to 40 miles an hour. So with this boat, the Bass Tracker 175 is going to be about 10 miles an hour faster than the Bass Tracker Classic. Obviously, that's not an exact measurement. It can vary depending on how much stuff you have on the boat or how many people you have on the boat. But just in general, the speed discrepancy is going to be about 10 miles an hour. Now we're going to talk about the big difference between both of the live wells here today. And I know if you guys are looking to fish tournaments, this is a big deal because you're going to want to fit as many fish in that live well as possible. So on the Bass Tracker Classic, you are only getting a 9-gallon live well to fit fish in there. So it's pretty small, but obviously the boat is smaller as well. But on this boat here today, you are getting a 21-gallon live well, so you can fit a lot more fish. And we don't really use the live well that much, so it's not a big deal for us. But if you guys are going to tournament fish, you're going to want the extra room in the live well to be able to fit more fish. Okay, so one of the biggest differences between these two boats is the Bass Tracker Classic. The starting price for that boat is $10,995, so about $11,000, and the Bass Tracker 175 starts at about $17,995, so about $18,000, and that doesn't include if you upgrade to the 75 horsepower. That only includes the 60 horsepower motor. So we paid almost $20,000 for this boat to go ahead and upgrade to the 75 horsepower. So depending on which boat you are looking to buy, there's about a $7,000 price gap between these two boats. So you're definitely going to be saving a lot of money if you buy the Bass Tracker Classic, but you get a lot more features in the Bass Tracker 175 that we have here today. Alright, now I'm going to talk about some general differences between these two boats. So going from the Classic to the 175, you get a lot more storage for rod and reels and tackle on the 175. The Bass Tracker Classic actually does not come with any kind of rod box, but when you jump up to the 175, you do get a complete rod box to store your entire rod in, which that is a big deal for me because I have some more high-end fishing rod and reel combos, so I do not want those things getting messed up. So I'm glad that you have a completely covered and secure rod box on the 175, but on the Classic, your rod and reel combos will be exposed because, like I was saying, there is no actual rod box. There's just a couple inserts that you can put rods into and kind of hang them out. I'll put some footage, so hopefully it makes a little bit more sense in there. But like I was saying, this one comes with the rod box and the Classic does not. So another thing I want to add to this video, if you're going to be fishing a large lake, I do not recommend the Bass Tracker Classic because number one, you're getting that really small 6-gallon gas tank, but when you jump up to the 175, you're getting an almost 22-gallon gas tank. And if you guys want to move around that large lake very quickly, the Bass Tracker Classic with only a 50 horsepower motor is not going to get you anywhere very quickly. And to be honest, even this boat with the 75 horsepower on it is not going to get you anywhere really fast. But when talking compared to the Bass Tracker Classic, you are going to be moving about 10 miles an hour faster. So on the 175 here today, you're going to get a lot more deck space than you do on the Bass Tracker Classic. For some reason on the Classic, there's a big piece of the deck that the boat actually is just missing. It's actually meant to be like that. That's how they make it. But on the 175, you are getting a complete front deck, so you can have two people fishing up here, no problem. But on the Classic, it's going to be really tough to have two people up on the front fishing at the same time. You're going to be shoulder to shoulder up there. So in my opinion, you can really only fit about one person up on the front of the Bass Tracker Classic. So the 175 here today is actually rated to hold 4 people on the boat. But in my opinion, I probably wouldn't put more than 3 people because it's going to be really tight if you put 4 people on the boat and all 4 of those people are trying to fish. That's just my opinion. But when you hop down to the Bass Tracker Classic, I really would not put more than about 2 people on that boat, and there's only 2 seats in the middle to sit on. So if you have a third person, they're gonna have to be sitting on the floor because there is not a third seat in the middle like there is on the 175. So just in my own opinion, obviously, I would feel comfortable taking 3 people out on this boat. But if I buy the Bass Tracker Classic, I would not take more than about 2 people out on that boat because it's going to be very tight. If y'all disagree with me, please let me know down below in the comments. Alright, that does it for the differences here today. Now I'm going to give y'all my final thoughts and impressions over these 2 boats and which one I recommend that you guys buy. Again, if y'all disagree with me, please let me know down below in the comments. But in my opinion, the Bass Tracker 175 is a lot better. It comes with a lot more features like the bigger gas tank. You're gonna go across the lake faster. You're gonna have a lot more storage space. You get that rod box and all the other things I mentioned as well. But in my opinion, the Bass Tracker 175 is ready to tournament fish, and if you're going to be fishing a big lake, it's ready for that as well. but just in my own opinion, the Bass Tracker Classic is not ready to tournament fish. And if you're going to be fishing a big lake, or even if you're fishing a small lake and you just want to move around to a lot of different spots, it's not ready for that either, because you have that tiny gas tank in the back of the boat. So like I was saying, in my own opinion, I would highly recommend that you guys buy the Bass Tracker 175, but I know it is $7,000 more to go from the Classic to the 175. So if you don't have the money, or you just don't want to wait, the Bass Tracker Classic is a solid entry-level bass fishing boat. But if you guys can save up a little bit more and wait a little bit longer, I highly recommend saving up and waiting to buy the Bass Tracker 175. I don't think you guys will regret it, but that's just my opinion again. Thank y'all so much for watching here today. If y'all disagreed with anything I said in today's video, let me know down below in the comments. And if y'all have not subscribed, do not forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell down below so you do not miss any future videos. And if you like today's video, leave a like down below. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all back here next time.